G'day trendsetters, John with Gravel Cyclist. I'm coming to you today with another gravel bike review video. This time around, I've got the Ocoee Boundary gravel bike. Ocoee Bikes is a brand that hails from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and is a sister brand to Litespeed titanium bicycles. Now, if you're a regular to the gravelcyclist.com website or my Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel, you'll already have seen my unboxing and features video of this particular bicycle. But if you haven't seen that video, I'll quickly cover the features. I need to mention that Ocoee Bikes is a direct-to-consumer brand. There are no dealers. Rather, the consumer places an order directly on the OcoeeBikes.com website, customizes the bike to their personal liking, and then the team at Ocoee Bikes will build the bike to that spec and deliver it to your front door, almost ready to ride. In my example, they pieced together my specifications, including setting up the tubeless tires, which is always a really nice bonus. At the heart of the Boundary is a carbon fiber frame with a ton of versatility. There are mounting points on the tapered carbon fork, a bento box mount on the top tube, a third water bottle cage mount, and fender mounts. Ocoee rate this frame at a loaded weight of 300 pounds, which is pretty impressive when you consider this example weighs about 19.5 pounds. The spec on this bike will differ a little from what is shown on the website. This example is one of the first production samples. In a nutshell, the cockpit is an all-Eastern affair featuring Eastern's excellent alloy AX Adventure handlebar. I've reviewed the carbon version of this handlebar on the Gravel Cyclist website, and I've linked that review in the description below. The seat post is the Cane Creek EE Silk, which is a suspension seat post, and for what it is very light. I'll be posting a separate review of the seat post later. The seat post diameter measures 27.2 millimeters, and atop the seat post is the WTB Volt Pro saddle, although I substituted that for an Ergon SR Pro men's saddle. There's nothing wrong with the WTB saddle, I just prefer the Ergon unit. The drivetrain is Shimano's excellent Ultegra Di2 electronic hydraulic shifting and braking system. The rear derailleur is the RX version with a mechanical clutch paired to a matching Ultegra Di2 front derailleur. This isn't Shimano GRX, but I'm here to tell you this Ultegra Di2 clutch rear derailleur works like a champ in garbage conditions. And this is coming from my real world experiences, no BS. Ocoee have done their homework with the gearing on this bike. They've set up the Boundary with the excellent Praxis INT crankset with 4832 chain rings paired to an 11-34 cassette. This bike will clear a 5236 2x crankset. Wheels are the Stans Growl 700C, a no-nonsense wheel set designed for gravel riding and bike packing, and for tyres, the superb Panaracer Gravel King SK in 700C by 43mm, and this is a tyre I've reviewed on the gravelcyclist.com website, so check out the description below for that review. All of the cable housings on this bike are routed internally in a very neat manner, and to be expected in this day and age, brakes are flat mounted, and topping it off, the Ocoee Boundary has huge tyre clearance. Ocoee says 700C by 45mm or 650B by 53mm, but I think this bike will clear 700C by 50mm. The bottom bracket is the BB86 standard, and there is a port beneath the bottom bracket that makes maintenance super easy. So that's the features of the Ocoee Boundary covered. How does it ride?
I wouldn't classify the Ocoee Boundary as a flat-out gravel race bike, but that was never its intention. However, its geometry is racy enough that you won't be disappointed if gravel bike racing is your thing, but at the same time, it is not so racy that the head tube is super short with a low front end. Ocoee has chosen a good middle road with chainstays measuring 435mm long, which provides for excellent tyre clearance and a cushier ride due to the longer wheelbase. The drive side chainstay also drops down, which aids tyre and chainring clearance. The Boundary is very stable riding in a straight line or when you turn it into a corner. There is no twitchiness, and handling may feel a little slow, but considering this bike is designed to ride all manner of terrain, good and gnarly, that's a positive. Like a lot of modern carbon gravel bikes these days, the bottom bracket junction is massive, and for the life of me, I couldn't budge it. That quality didn't make the frame feel overly stiff, but it certainly isn't a flexy noodle, and all of your power will transmit smoothly to the drivetrain. The overall ride quality of the Boundary is excellent, definitely a bike made for all-day riding, endurance gravel racing, or simply having fun. There is plenty of fun to be had, as wider tyres allow you to do so much more. You don't have to be as careful with your line, and at least with these 43mm Panaracer Gravel King SKs, I can simply steamroll over a ton of stuff whilst the bike stays on track and doesn't pound the crap out of me. The Cane Creek EE Silk seat post is not something I've ridden before, but it definitely helps take a little more edge off the rear end of the bike, which is important if you're someone who runs crazy high tyre pressure. See my article linked below about recommended gravel bike tyre pressure. Because the Ocoee Boundary is a nice, stable platform, that means it climbs well, in or out of the saddle, and whilst I didn't descend any legitimate mountain passes on the bike, its stable nature is conducive to tucking for additional speed on the gravel whilst riding on the drops. For tips on descending gravel, be sure to see my video all about that in the description below. The Ocoee Boundary is super flexible with all of its mounting points for racks, water bottles, and so on. If you're into bike packing or toting loads on your bike, the Boundary will certainly fill that need and at the same time not break the bank. This variant with the Ultegra Di2 RX is close to US $4,000 depending on whatever sale may be happening on the Ocoee Bikes website. Some other nice touches on this bike include the drive side protection added to the chainstay and the area of the bottom bracket behind the crankset. This area of the bike takes some abuse at times, so kudos for Ocoee for being thoughtful. If I have to cite a negative with this bike, it is the wheel set. Stan's Grail wheels are strong, solid wheels, but lightweight they are not. If you're looking to race or ride fast on this bike from time to time, I suggest you buy a second, lighter pair of wheels. Lighter wheels would really transform this bike.
So there you have it, the Ocoee Boundary gravel bike, a very flexible and capable gravel bike. I realise there's a ton of gravel bike options on the market today, so I hope my review went some way towards helping you make a qualified purchase decision. And as always, all of my reviews are unpaid. This bike will be returned to the manufacturer once this video has gone live. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Gravel Cyclist YouTube channel and don't forget to click the bell button to be notified of future videos as they appear on the channel. I'll see you in the next video.